Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Response Able Solution. I'm Stanley J. Targos III, and I'm your host. Today, we're going to be talking about becoming debt free with or without wealth. And I want you to think about that. If you had the ability to be debt free, do you want to be debt free and have a little bit of wealth or have no wealth? Do you just want to be debt free and be at zero, or do you want to be debt free and have accumulated something? Do you want some assets? Do you want some cash, some capital storage, some retirement? Do you want to be able to make purchases moving forward, or do you just feel good about being debt free? Now, if we take all of our money, everything that we have coming into our households, and we apply it to eliminating debt, whether you use a snowball or an avalanche or combination of the two, it doesn't matter. If the day you're out of debt, you don't have anything saved, you're at zero. Now, what if there was a way, and I'm going to ask this because I think this is an important question. What if there was a way that you could eliminate your debt and at the same time create capital storage? Think about this. If I got $400,000 in debt and I take all my money and eliminate all my debt in 9 years, and I'm debt free in 9 years, including my mortgage, and I was spending $4,000 a month. At the end of the 10th year, I've got 48,000 saved. Now, what if it took me 9.8 years to be debt free, but I've got 60, 70, 80,000 saved? What a difference that makes. It's not just about being debt free with $4,000 a month that you get to save. It's about being debt free, but having capital storage along the way. One of the reasons people continue to cycle the pattern of debt, why it's generational and why people feel it is generational, is because by the time you're ready to get out of debt, you never capture the dollars that were spent and you need to buy something else, or life happens and you have another expense that comes in and kicks your butt. I went through this. I'm going through this. It's so painful to think I'm 51 years old. I should be completely debt free. I should have a couple $100,000 in savings. I should have a couple $100,000 in retirement. And that's just not the case. But everyone's gone through trauma in the last 6, 7 years. Everyone went through the housing bubble in 2007, if you're my age. Everyone went through the banking hiccup. Everyone went through 9/11. Everyone went through the tech bubble. All those things that are historical now continually happen every 4, 5, 6, 7 years, something. And if it doesn't take away your ability to be debt free, like if your job is stable and you didn't lose a job and you just kept plugging away, the tortoise wins the race, not the rabbit, right? And you are debt free and you have accumulated cash in some areas, that's tremendous. This video is not talking about you. You are already doing something that works. This video is talking about the 80 to 90% of people that I come across every day who don't have what they desire because they don't have the ability to save. Because they're always spending all of their money paying off debt. And the minute they get a debt paid off, something else creeps in and steals those dollars. Could be an activity, it could be a sport, it could be a wedding, it's graduation season. I might spend $1,000 on graduation gifts in the next 5 weeks. And I'm happy to do it. But that takes $1,000 away from something else that I could be doing. And that's not debt, but that's something that robs my ability to create wealth while I pay off my debt. So think about this. What I'm doing now and what I wish I would have done 12 years ago. I wish I would have been accumulating wealth while I was paying off my debt. Not just an emergency fund and a savings account, but actually accumulating meaningful wealth. So when opportunities come along, I have choices and options. That's really what this is about. How can I better put myself in a position to have choices and options so when life happens, I'm not always stepping backwards? I don't want to be debt free and have to jump up to reach zero. I want to be debt free and have the ability to never have to go into debt again. You see, the person who's out of debt in 9 years and they're saving $4,000 a month, if they need to buy a car that month, what do they need to do? Get right back into debt. But if I'm building my emergency while I'm out of debt, even if it takes me 8 months longer, but when I have to get a car, I can just pay cash for it. Isn't that a better scenario and a better situation? When the roof goes, I can pay cash for it. When I need to take a vacation, I just pay cash for it. That's the difference. That's what we're building at the response able solution. It gives us the ability to respond to whatever life throws our way. Now, day one, we're not going to be able to respond to big issues, but we always are building in a safety net upon a safety net so that no matter where you start, you at least have something small that gives you some control. That's what we're working on. And it doesn't always have to be credit card and borrowing and lending. It can be how do we start small and institute habits that lead to successful patterns that change the result that we're heading towards in a positive way. So, listen, as you're getting out of debt, the goal is to be debt free, but have wealth. And once you've accumulated wealth, unless you're buying a major $600,000-$700,000 something, you don't have to go into debt ever again because you're in control. So I hope this helps. I hope you have a great day, and I hope God blesses your journey.